Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I want to welcome all the new subscribers. I hope you guys enjoyed the last video about me pretty much getting my license, which was such a nerve wreck, but I'm glad to have my license, guys. It's been quite a journey. As many of you guys have seen from my snaps or from my Instagram stories, I am in Denver. We are here pretty much checking it out. We really do like it a lot here. So there's a strong possibility of moving out here. It's a really beautiful place if you guys have seen my snaps. But anyways, let's get down to it. I'm gonna talk to you guys pretty much about my experience in state board. A lot of you guys probably wondering, non-barber students or anything, what it's like. Or some of you guys do wonder what it's like that have state board coming up. So here it goes. If you guys haven't checked out the last video of me pretty much entering the building, you guys might want to check it out before checking this video out. So anywho, here it goes. Pretty much my experience in state board, like you guys saw in the last video, it was pretty much really nerve-wracking. I was super nervous. Who isn't? It was probably one of the top 5 nervousness that I've ever been. Pretty much my stomach was like jumping all over the place. First thing I did when you guys saw me walk into that building in my last video was I walked in there. It's pretty much like an urgent care or something on the first floor. And then we took the elevator up to the 4th floor, I believe. And that's where the first thing I saw was the cosmetology students line. So I walked over there. They told me, oh, cosmetology or barber. I was all like, barbering. And then they sent me to the other side, which was another barber line. The cosmetology line was pretty much like 10 people deep and all that. It was pretty long. Once I got to the barber line, it was only like 6 people. I was like the 7th or so. They were just standing there across the wall, all in the line, pretty much with their state board bag down, because everybody had, their big old state board bag. They had the paper, and the paper that you get through the mail, pretty much saying that you sign it. It said your date and all that, the directions to the building, times, etc. But on the back of that paper, it has a line where you sign, saying that you acknowledge all this and that, the rules, etc. So I was there. We had our IDs out. I'm over here, you know me, I'm pretty social, so I'm over here talking to the guys, pretty much asking them from what school, what city they're from. Met a few cool people. So we're there standing in line. Right, we're okay to talk there. We're just waiting in line. They're checking us in. They're asking for our transcripts, stuff like that, our ID, making sure we're legit to pretty much take on state board. So we go in there, pretty much checking in. We go inside the next room. It's pretty much just the barbers on the wall, sitting against the wall. There's obviously little chairs there. And then in the middle is where all the cosmos are at. There was probably around 40, 50 cosmetology students there. And there was at most probably I'd say 10 barbers doing the practical in the morning. So we were in that room for quite a while. A lot of people, just nerve-wracking. I was just exploring the whole room, you gotta have somewhat of attention to detail and stuff. I felt like I was pretty much going to the military again. That's what it brought me flashbacks of. Because we were all just sitting there. There was really not much on the walls other than some words saying do not have your cell phone, do not use your cell phone. There was a clock right there, pretty much just looking at it. Every time someone would walk by, one of the people that worked there, everyone would be just looking at them and stuff. So we were there for it felt like forever, honestly. But after that, they made the barbers go first to their room. So they made us pretty much single file line, go to exit the room. We went straight into another room. They made sure we didn't have our cell phones or anything like that, because that's an automatic disqualification if you have your cell phone. So it's not even worth it. Although if you do bring your cell phone to state board, they do hold it for you. So we went into the room. Barbers, like I said, barbers went in first. Our proctor came in. He was an older gentleman. He had a long mustache. Very quiet, very serious. I guess what you expect a proctor to be. Not talkative or anything, We're in the room. I'm in the middle of the line. So he's over there. The proctor's over there telling us where to sit. Stations in this room. It's a pretty big room. There's a window. Big old window where you can see outside buildings and stuff. I was in the middle, so the sun was hitting me because I was literally right in front of a big window. So when the proctor was talking to me right in front of us, he was right in front of me over there. and I was just like, can't see because of the sun. If you guys didn't see me on Instagram, all the barbers were males except for one. She was, I believe, Vietnamese, and she didn't even really speak the language that well. So once we got to the procedures, he literally repeated, like, you know how some of your instructors go over Stateboard, they tell you guys, you will now begin the blah 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 blank procedure, the haircut portion of the procedure. You'll have 2 minutes to set up, stuff like that. I brought my doll head. I didn't have that many male doll heads, because that's the one you're gonna do the haircut on. My doll hair was super short. It was like pretty much short like mine, so everybody else's had like a dang Justin Bieber. They were all long hair and stuff. I was like, dang, my hair's super short. My mannequin's doll head was the shortest out of everyone by far. The haircut portion came in. I didn't really know what to do. I knew kind of an idea of what to do, but we never really do the haircut portion thoroughly. So when we did it, I was just like, pretty much like ding, 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 damn. Like Kendrick Lamar's album, damn. Dang, the one guard ain't doing anything. So I had to pretty much take off the guard. That's how short the hair was. I took off the guard. I had to go 0. Taper came out fine, whatever. He came around after that. He asked everybody for the comb. He literally went to the doll head. Let's say this is the head right here, the top of the hair right here. He literally grabbed the comb. He asked you for a comb. And then he went like this. And that's it. Nothing really fell out of my hair, guys. Pretty much like dust fell out of my hair from all that tiny little bit of hair that I cut compared to everyone else. But anyways, we're finished with that. I'm over here thinking like, what's going on through my head? I'm like, damn, I messed up. I'm not sure how I did or something. It was the slowest moments of my life right there. Very quiet in there. People are just looking around and stuff. I know I was looking around. I was just looking like, I was right in the middle. I saw everyone looking around too. So he walks around pretty much with this little computer. That's pretty much what they grade you on. It's like little dot bubbles or something. He just clicks, whatever. So after that was done, we did the shave portion next. He went in order from the room. On the corners, like I told you guys, I was right in the middle. He started off in the corners. He told them to pretty much demonstrate the 14 shave strokes. He literally went with every person, did the 14 shave strokes, finished the procedure, then the next guy, then the next guy. So everybody else, I guess it's kind of helpful because, I mean, you already know what you're gonna do, but it's like you see it again, you're looking at it, just if you have like second thoughts or something, you look at it, then you look at the other person that they're doing. I don't recommend you look at some other people's because it might mess you up. So fast forward to, it's almost my turn. This guy next to me starts dropping his razor and stuff like that. I was like, dang. A lot of people always like, dang, I don't want to drop anything, but the thing is, it's fine to drop stuff, guys. The thing he didn't do was grab it with a towel or a napkin, or whatever it is, and bring it up, sanitize your hands, blah, blah. He just picked it up and kept going. He still passed, so it was fine. It's my turn. And then I start doing the 14 shave strokes, the first 7. I was like, okay, this is pretty easy. The first 5 are like the super easiest. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get to number 3 and I'm like, I second guess myself. I'm like, so I'm over here I look at it, I'm just like, I'm thinking to myself like, I'm thinking too hard at this point, guys. Like I said, don't overthink it. I have a breather. He's just there in front of me too. He's literally watching me. Pretty much you feel the other people's eyes on you too. I put my razor down. I grab some hand sanitizer, threw in my hands. Gives me time to think. And then I go back at it. And after that, it was pretty much a wrap. Finished the shave portion right there. When he got to one of the other people, he was just like the proctor was just looking at one of the students like, I was like, dang. Once we got to the facial portion, it was like, the facial portion to me was the simplest, easiest one. He didn't really care about this one. I ain't say he really cared, but he ain't really go through watching everybody thoroughly. He sat down, made everybody do the facials. The facials is non-stop, so you ain't gotta stop for him to check. He was pretty much looking, mainly for everyone who, before putting the hot towel, to check the temperature on your wrist, and that's it. So that one went super quick. Not much to talk about the facial. After that, we pretty much swapped our mannequins and started the blow drying section, which he did kind of look thoroughly for that one as well. The blow dry portion, he had plenty of time. We had plenty of time, but he saw how everybody was kind of doing it fast, so he just said, okay, let's move on. And I was like, dang, I was over here taking my sweet time and stuff. So I was like, my hair was a little bit still like, you know, a little bit of humidity in there. I finished last on that portion because I was taking my sweet time, like, you know, like our instructors tell us. But it's fine, I got it to enough to be good for the next portion, which we did was the curling portion. 4 curls on the side and 3 on top. One thing is, if you don't really dry your hair right, you're gonna see steam coming out. So I saw a little bit of steam on mine. I was like, and he was passing by, I was just like, I was pretty much just blowing on it a little bit because there was a tiny bit of steam, not to the point where it's like, god damn, like to the point where sprinklers are gonna go off, but it was just a little tiny bit of a sizzle, you know? So we got to that part. It was pretty simple to me. It was I've been practicing this one mainly because my times were slow in school. My curls came out pretty legit. He was just walking by and all of a sudden he just says, okay, put your stuff down and go take a 30-minute break. So we did. I'm pretty sure once we all left, he went around to check the curls and all that. After that, all of us guys are just walking out of the room. We're like in the elevator to go downstairs. We're just like, dang, how'd you guys do this and that? We're over here just, you know, everybody thinking they failed. Because that's just how it looked like, you know, it felt like. So those 30 minutes went pretty quick. Keep in mind, we don't have watches or anything. Some of them had their phones. We go back, I'm telling you, if those 30 minutes go like that, there's no room for you to go get lunch. No, nothing like that. Why would you even get lunch? I was not hungry at all anyways, even though I had not ate the whole day. This was probably like around 10 or 11. We started doing this since like 7. I was just like, there's so many thoughts going into my head, everyone else's head. We were all super nervous, like I said. So we go back and we're done. We're pretty much done with our curling section. We start I believe it was the perms. So we do the perms. Perm section was pretty simple as well. We've been doing perms through barber student program a lot. So it was pretty easy after we got done with the perms. We did have to do all the perms. I heard people say they only did like 6 perms, this and that, but we did have to do all of them. It came out to like 11, 12 perms, whatever, perm rods. It's not too hard. We did that. He came around, asked for saturation. He asked for demonstrator test curl. I had so many problems with my gloves too. I felt like they were kind of tight. I was like, dang. So I felt like all eyes were on me from him, the proctor, when I was trying to put on my gloves, because I was struggling. I was over here like, wasting all my prep time just putting on my gloves. So make sure you have bigger gloves once you go to skateboard. Pretty much after the perms, it was pretty much already the last stretch of the procedures. We're already getting towards the end. Everybody's already feeling it. It's been a long day so far. So we get into the hair retouch lightener, I believe. Pretty much the whole quadrant of the hair. That for me was the toughest part because I always get confused, especially since I was nervous. I thought about it too much. So I'm over here just doing what I think it is, this and that. He's over here watching. He literally standing next to me and I feel like I messed up. Every time he stands next to you, you feel like you messed up. So I'm over here doing my thing. I notice him, he's always there. He's like, I'm over here doing my thing. I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm done with this procedure stuff. This is the last portions of it. He's right there. It's whatever's, man. I could mess this up. I feel like I did okay, I guess, on the rest of the stuff. I'm over here doing this stuff. Everyone's doing their thing. I'm watching it from like, you know, my corners of my eyes, my peripherals. I'm over here watching them. This was the slowest portion because you do literally one quadrant, one quadrant, one quadrant, one quadrant, one quadrant. So this was, I felt long, man. After that, he said, okay. I was like, it was such a relief to be finished. Not knowing what I passed or not, but just knowing that I was finished with it. We were all finished. He said, put your stuff away and all that and sweep. I'm over here grabbing all my stuff. I don't care. Everybody else is grabbing all their stuff, throwing it into their bags and stuff. My clippers, I brought my walls and my style liners too, so I don't really care. They're not my magic clips or stuff like that. Throw my stuff inside my bag. I'm over here looking for a broom. And then the proctor was like, you need to sweep. And I was like, all right. I wasn't going to talk to him, you know, because they're not really allowed to talk to proctors. So I'm over here looking around, looking for a broom. And he said, sweep. And I was like, I'm looking for one, damn. He was just like, I guess he was just like tired of being there and stuff. But I was like looking for one. And I was like, okay, I'll go get one. And I don't know, he just kept saying sweep. I was like, oh my Lord. But it's whatever's, man. We all left, and then he pretty much said like, good luck to you guys. I believe we took another 20-ish minute break or so. I didn't have contact with my wife because I did not have a phone. So I went outside to go drop off my skateboard bag, and she wasn't there. I was like, yo. I was outside too, looking around with no phone or nothing in my big old bag. I was like, oh, are you serious? So I had to go back in because I called her. She was home. She was my sister's house, which is like 30 minutes away. I was like, oh, she's not gonna make it. So I had to go back up and ask them if they could hold on to my skateboard bag, which they did, which is cool. So I left it there. Fast forward, we're over here taking the written test. They're literally before the written test. We're waiting in line with our IDs. And whatever we have in our pockets, we take it out because they want it in the folder. It's around 11-ish, I believe, at this point. Give her our ID and all that stuff, make sure all the information is correct. She tells us to sit down literally how I am, to take a picture like this. So it's for our licenses if we pass, etc. But we're done with that. She gives us our folder. We walk into this room where it's literally a bunch of computers, lots of stations. So like I told you guys, they took pictures right before entering the written portion. And this is how my picture came out. This is how someone that's nervous, that doesn't know who they're gonna pass or not, looks like. My hair was a mess. I mean, it still looks like a mess right now, but my hair was a mess. I felt beat up right there. I was super tired. I was just like, damn, this is it. Keep in mind that I forgot to tell you guys that they told us that before we even took the practical in that big old room with the Cosmos and barbers were, they told us that there was something down, like a system was down. So we're not gonna know if we get our licenses that day or not. We might get it a week later or two. So everybody's kind of like mad. Everybody's like, wow, are you serious? We're here taking this and we're not even gonna know if we're gonna pass or not today. I was pretty mad. I was like, wow. We find out in the mail. There's a chance we might find in the mail like 2 weeks from now or so. I was like, ah, are you serious? Like, what else could go wrong, you know? But the written exam, we're in there. I think it was like 60 questions. Finished like in 15 minutes. You got 90 minutes to finish this 60 question test. I finished it pretty easily, and I'm over here. I was about to finish it right there. I was like, okay, 15 minutes done. I got plenty of time. But then so one of the chicks came over, the ones that worked there. She's like, oh, are you sure you don't want to go through your test? You got plenty of time. So I was like, yeah, you're right. I was like, I'm gonna go through this, through these questions again. So I ended up going through all of them again, and I changed like 6 of my answers. So I was like, okay, I'm overthinking it after this now, because I went over a third time. I had plenty of time. So I was like, dang. So I'm all like, I'm done. I'm finished, and I pretty much used up like 30-40 minutes of the test, which still has plenty of time, because that is a lot of time for your test. So I was just like, okay, you're done. I heard before I finished, I heard someone tell, one of the people that worked there tell one of the guys, okay, you're finished, go sit outside and wait for your test scores. I was like, what? But they told us, you know, they were gonna give us to us in a week or two. And I was like, I was already getting excited. I was like, once I got done, I was out of there. I was like asking people like, oh, did they tell you guys that to wait for your test to see if you get your license or not? And they were like, some of them were like, yeah, this and that, wait like 30 minutes. So at this point, everybody's having hope that we're gonna get our licenses today. And they told us, I asked one of the people that worked there, and they said, oh, we might be able to get your, find out if you guys passed or not today. So you guys gotta wait an hour and a half though. We were all like, oh wow, we're excited, because we don't care how long we wait at this point. We're just trying to get our licenses. So we were just waiting and waiting and waiting, and now 40 minutes left for the wait, and we're just like, like, are they gonna give us our licenses? We're over here at this point. We're the last 30 minutes of the wait. We're inside the room where we initially were at. We were all talking. We were all like, we're all just talking amongst each other, all nervous because we don't know if we passed or not. So we're all just nervous in this room. And then one of the workers walks by. She's just leaving the room, and everybody's all like like, you know, like she's about to say an announcement, but she kept doing that for like 3 times until she finally stopped there, and she's all like, okay, you guys want to know if you guys passed or not? And we were all like, girl, and someone yelled out, girl, stop playing. Let us know already. We were all like, damn. And she was just like, not to be rude. She said not to be rude or anything, but I just want to know if we passed or not. And that was funny, pretty funny. So she just kept, this is how it started. Barbers, again, we were first. So we were like, oh, man. She read off one of the dude's names. He went up there, passed. Second guy, name, passed. Third guy, name, passed. Now it's my turn. I was like fourth or third. I was walking over there, and the way she had the paper was like this or something like this, something like this. I'm like, uh-oh, it doesn't look that good. So I was walking all nervously. I was like, damn, I'm gonna fail. And then she said, congratulations, you passed. And I was like, bro. I was like, ah. Congratulations, passed. Which this is my skateboard license right here. I'm just super happy. It was the biggest relief, stress relief, like in the, I don't know, at that moment I just didn't care. I just left, and I showed you guys a clip on the other video. We were all in the elevator. We all just left. We're in there celebrating with our licenses like this. Of course there was people who failed as well. Well, before I say that, all the barbers passed, all of them, all 10 of us, we all passed. So big ups on the barber gang. Some of the Cosmos failed. I wasn't in the room at that time to hear that. But when I was outside the building, there was some that were crying, stuff like that. And it kind of does suck, but y'all will get it next time. Don't give up. But I'm just so happy. All the hard work paid off, guys. And I know if I can do it, any of you guys can do it. On my next video, I plan to give you guys tips and all that for the written exam, or if you guys want tips for the practical exam, let me know in the comments below. If you guys have any sort of questions that that you guys have for our state board, or anything like specific questions, let me know in the comments as well. I will be answering them or making a video about that next. And I hope you guys enjoyed my experience in state board. Very nerve-wracking, but success, guys, success. For those of you who already experienced state board and whatnot, let me know in the comments how it went for you guys. I really want to hear y'all's stories with state board. Shared with you guys my story, so I want to hear y'all's. So let me know if you guys like this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment like I told you guys if you guys have any questions. And if you're new, make sure to subscribe. I'm not sure where I'm going with my life yet, but life's a journey like I told you guys before, and we'll see where I end up, right? Alright, I'll catch y'all later. Where do I go?